Did you know your gut doesn't just affect how you digest food? It also shapes your mood, your skin, and even how well you sleep each night? And with just a few small shifts in your daily habits, you can start healing your gut and restoring the balance your body has been quietly begging for. But here's the thing. Most people are still trying to fix the symptoms without ever looking at the root cause that lies deep within the gut. Over the next 30 minutes, you'll not only discover 7 science-backed ways to heal your digestive system, but you'll also understand why your gut is often called the second brain, the starting point for real, lasting healing in your body. And the best part is, you won't need medications or extreme diets, just a new way of listening to your body that no one ever taught you before. 1. Fiber first, the most underrated gut. Superfood in America. There's a strange irony in America, a land of cutting-edge medicine, well-stocked pharmacies, and endless supplements, where over 90% of adults still don't get enough fiber. Fiber might sound basic, but it's the main food source for the billions of beneficial bacteria living in your gut. When you eat a bowl of oatmeal or crunch on an apple, you're not just feeding yourself. You're nourishing a living ecosystem quietly working within you. A healthy gut doesn't begin with expensive enzymes or trendy detox powders. It starts with a meal that gives back. I'll never forget Karen, a 38-year-old woman from Ohio. She struggled with chronic constipation for almost 7 years. She tried everything: laxative teas, magnesium supplements, even internet detoxes. Until her nutritionist gently suggested she add 1 cup of leafy greens to every meal and sprinkle ground flaxseed into her breakfast. Just 10 days later, she called back and said, "I'm not just regular again, I feel lighter, even emotionally." It sounds almost too simple, but that's the real power of fiber. It doesn't just help you poop, it balances hormones, improves sleep, calms your mood, and reduces chronic inflammation. Common mistake? Many people, after realizing they're fiber deficient, go all in, loading up on powders or tons of veggies in one day, and end up bloated and uncomfortable. Here's the small but powerful lesson. Don't try to heal your gut in a day. Start with 1 loving meal, like Karen did. Just add a bit of oatmeal, a banana, or a handful of broccoli each day, and you'll start sowing the seeds of internal balance. And once your gut bugs are nourished, the healing begins. So the next question is, how can you boost good bacteria quickly without relying on pills? That's where probiotics enter the story, but not in the way you might think. 2. Probiotics are not a magic pill. Here's what you're doing wrong. You can find shelves full of probiotics at any store, all promising to balance your microbiome, reduce bloating, and support digestion. But here's the truth that few people will say out loud. Probiotics are not a magic bullet. And used the wrong way, they're little more than an expensive placebo. By nature, probiotics are living bacteria, and like all living things, they need the right environment to thrive. If you take a probiotic every morning, then follow it up with fried food, soda, and 5 hours of sleep. It's like throwing goldfish into a dirty fish tank and hoping they'll survive. I remember talking to Mark, an office worker in Seattle. He started taking probiotics to ease his chronic bloating. After 3 weeks, he quit and said, "It didn't work. Nothing changed." So I asked, "Did you change your diet at all?" He shook his head. "Still the same. Coffee every morning, fast food at lunch." And then he said something I'll never forget. "I thought the pill would just fix it." The problem wasn't the probiotic. The problem was the context. Your gut is like a garden. Probiotics are the seeds. But without fertile soil, prebiotics, clean water, nutrients, and sunlight, healthy lifestyle, even the best seeds won't sprout. Here's the real lesson. Don't expect a pill to do what your daily habits won't support. If you want probiotics to actually work, start with the basics. Add prebiotic foods like onions, garlic, oats. Cut back on refined sugar. It feeds the bad guys. Get enough sleep and reduce stress, so good bacteria can grow. And remember, probiotics aren't drugs. They're living allies waiting for you to create the right space. So once you've nourished the good guys, how do you keep the gut calm, smooth, and inflammation-free? day after day? The answer might just be in your next glass of water. 3. Hydration isn't just about water. It's about what and when. We've all heard it, drink more water. But what few people talk about is that the type of water, and when you drink it, can dramatically affect your digestion. Your gut is like a stream. It needs steady, gentle hydration to keep everything moving smoothly. Water softens stools, keeps bowel movements regular, and soothes low-grade inflammation in the intestinal lining. But here's the twist. Not all liquids are created equal. And drinking more doesn't always mean better, especially if you're drinking the wrong stuff. I once heard from Sam, a long-haul trucker from Texas. He suffered from chronic constipation and tried drinking nearly 3 liters of water a day to fix it. But nothing changed. He still felt bloated, heavy, uncomfortable. So I asked, "What kind of water are you drinking?" He paused. "Mostly diet soda, energy drinks, and iced coffee." And that was the real problem. Those drinks, while technically liquids, actually dehydrate you. Caffeine and artificial sweeteners can irritate the gut lining, throw off your body's electrolyte balance, and even trigger mild spasms in your intestines. So what counts as gut-friendly hydration? Ginger tea relaxes intestinal muscles, eases bloat. Peppermint tea soothes digestion, great after meals. Beet juice stimulates motility. Diluted apple cider vinegar aids in breaking down heavy meals. And of course, plain clean water, sipped gradually throughout the day. Timing matters too. A warm glass first thing in the morning can wake up your digestive system. Avoid chugging large amounts while eating. It can dilute stomach acid. Sip small amounts after meals to aid absorption. The gentle takeaway? It's not about drinking more. It's about drinking smarter. So, take a moment and ask yourself, not just how much did you drink today, but what did you actually give your body? And once your gut is gently hydrated, nourished, and supported, it's time to look at what might still be silently harming it, in the name of convenience. 4. The processed food trap. What it's really doing to your gut lining. Processed food is tricky. It's cheap, convenient, tasty, and quietly woven into the fabric of modern life. From boxed cereal in the morning to deli meat sandwiches at lunch and frozen pizza at night. It's easy, fast, and everywhere. But what most people don't realize is what gets damaged with every bite of that convenience. The gut lining, your body's first line of defense against toxins and inflammation. Most processed foods are full of ingredients the body barely recognizes. Preservatives, artificial flavors, sweeteners, hydrogenated oils. And these don't just mess with your microbiome. They erode the protective mucus lining of your intestines, making it easier for harmful substances to seep in. I once worked with Jenna, a young woman in Chicago who struggled with chronic rashes, fatigue, and constant bloating. Her lab tests came back normal, but when she started tracking her meals, it became clear. She was eating almost no fresh food. Everything came from a bag, a box, or a microwave. With gentle guidance, she made small changes. Swapped boxed cereal for warm oats with berries. Replaced deli meats with grilled tofu or steamed fish. Added leafy greens to at least 2 meals a day. Within 4 weeks, her skin cleared, her energy returned, and for the first time in months. "My stomach doesn't feel like it's fighting me every morning," she said. Here's the small but life-changing insight. Sometimes, healing doesn't come from a pill, but from choosing an apple over a protein bar. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Just make one better choice per meal. A little less processed, a little more real, and your body will thank you in ways you didn't expect. Now that you're feeding your gut with what it recognizes, there's one more ingredient that keeps the entire system running like a well-oiled machine. Movement. 5. Exercise your gut, not just your muscles. When we talk about exercise, most people think of weight loss, muscle tone, or building endurance. But few realize that every step you take, every stretch, every deep breath is a gift to your gut. You see, digestion isn't an automatic machine that runs perfectly on its own. It needs to be gently activated every day to keep things flowing smoothly inside. And movement, even just 15 to 30 minutes, is one of the most natural lubricants your digestive system could ask for. I remember David, a music teacher from California. He had been struggling with chronic constipation for nearly 2 years. He'd tried all sorts of fiber supplements, herbal remedies, and gut health powders, but the results were hit or miss. Everything changed when his doctor suggested, try taking a 20-minute walk every morning before breakfast. He was skeptical at first, but gave it a shot. After 1 week, his body began to respond. By week 2, he described feeling lighter. By week 3, David called it his walking therapy. Here's the surprising truth. Our gut can go dormant when the body stops moving. But the moment you get going, blood flows better, bowel movement gets stimulated, and even good bacteria start to thrive. A common misconception? People think they have to go to the gym, sweat it out, and train hard to see results. But in reality, a walk after dinner, a few minutes of gentle yoga, or just standing and stretching during your workday can make a big difference. The small but powerful lesson here: gut health isn't just about what you eat. It's about whether you let your body move. No healthy gut has ever been built from staying still. Every step you take away from your chair is a step toward bringing your digestive system back to life. And once your body begins to move again, you'll start to feel the deep connection between body and mind. Because something else, quiet but powerful, begins to shift when you know how to truly rest. 6. Stress, sleep, and the gut-brain axis. Why you're not healing yet. You've cleaned up your diet. You're exercising regularly. You drink plenty of water and avoid processed foods. And yet, the bloating, fatigue, and digestive discomfort keep coming back. Why? The answer might not be in your stomach, but in your mind. Or more precisely, in the link between your brain and your gut. What scientists call the gut-brain axis. This isn't just a fancy phrase. Your enteric nervous system, the second brain in your gut, contains over 100 million neurons, more than your spinal cord. It's constantly communicating with your actual brain, sending signals about stress, safety, and emotional balance. Have you ever had a stomachache before a big presentation? Or experienced diarrhea during a stressful week? That's not random. Stress can slow down, disrupt, or overstimulate gut activity, leading to bloating, cramps, diarrhea, or constipation, even if you're eating all the right foods. I once spoke with Lisa, a nurse in New York, who followed a clean, balanced diet but still suffered from chronic stomach pain. Her tests came back normal, nothing serious. But once she began meditating for 10 minutes in the morning, turning off screens an hour before bed, and committing to 7 hours of sleep, everything started to change. I didn't just sleep better. My stomach felt calm, and my mind felt clearer, she told me. Sleep isn't just rest. It's when your digestive system repairs, rebuilds, and rebalances your gut microbiome. Just a few nights of poor sleep can drastically reduce beneficial bacteria and increase cortisol, the stress hormone, tightening your gut like a wound-up rubber band. The big mistake? We focus only on the gut and forget the mind that controls it. The gentle reminder here is, you can't heal a body that's constantly tense with a mind that's constantly running. So take a breath. Slow down. Let sleep become a part of your healing ritual, not just something you squeeze into the end of your day. And once you've found that inner balance through food, movement, rest, and stillness, don't let all that effort unravel because of one easily overlooked mistake: ignoring the warning signs your gut is giving you. 7. Don't ignore the red flags. When gut symptoms are a warning, we often think of gut issues as temporary, like something caused by eating too much, skipping a meal, or feeling a little stressed. But sometimes, your body isn't just uncomfortable, it's calling for help. An imbalanced gut can be an early warning sign for more serious conditions. IBS, IBD, Crohn's disease, polyps, even colorectal cancer. Your body is smarter than you think. It never stays silent when something's wrong. It speaks through signals. The real question is, are we listening? I remember Anthony, a 45-year-old software engineer in Denver. He had frequent diarrhea after lunch, persistent bloating, and unexplained fatigue. But he brushed it off. Probably just irregular meals or work stress. He tried probiotics, ginger tea, cut back on coffee, but nothing really changed. It wasn't until his wife insisted on a colonoscopy that doctors discovered early-stage ulcerative colitis. Thankfully, it was caught in time, and with treatment, he kept most of his digestive function intact. But not everyone gets diagnosed early. Many people wait, delay, dismiss the signs, diarrhea or constipation that lasts more than 2 to 3 weeks, ongoing abdominal pain or cramping, unexplained weight loss, blood in stool, or changes in stool color, constant fatigue, poor appetite, pale skin. The lesson here is clear. Eating clean isn't always enough. True health is a journey of listening and acting at the right time. No one knows your body better than you. And when it sends you a red flag, step into that doctor's office. Not because you're weak, but because you love yourself enough not to ignore the quiet whisper of life inside you. You've come this far, through fiber, probiotics, hydration, movement, sleep, emotional balance, and listening to your gut when it speaks. But before we say goodbye, I want to leave you with a final image, a feeling, and a gentle reminder you can carry with you every single day. Conclusion: your gut, your garden, and you are the gardener. Imagine this. Your body is a garden, and your gut is the soil. It's where everything begins to grow. Energy, emotion, immunity, sleep, and even the brightness in your eyes each morning. But like any garden, if you don't tend it, it grows wild. If you neglect it, weeds take over. If you abandon it, pests invade, the soil dries, and nothing blooms. And you can't blame the garden for not flowering if you never came back to care for it. Throughout this video, we've walked together through 7 very real, very human ways to nourish your inner garden. Planting fiber, watering wisely, feeding with probiotics, clearing out junk food, letting the soil rest through sleep and breath. I know, life gets messy. Healthy living isn't always easy. But like any gardener, you don't have to fix everything at once. You just need to return, even a little, every day. Water a little, pull a weed, plant something kind. And here's the final truth I'll leave you with. No one can heal you faster than you when you remember that you are the gardener. And if you remember just one thing from this entire journey, let it be this: your body is not against you. It's been waiting for you to come home. Thank you for listening. Thank you for opening your heart. And thank you for giving yourself permission to begin this quiet, powerful healing from within. If this video meant something to you, don't hesitate to share it with someone who might need it. Because maybe they're looking for the path back to themselves too. Until next time, tend to your garden every day.